The one that said forget me, get your ass say you ain't forgot me. Don't trust anybody, trust me. Yeah, the ones that like me love me. Waiting to see. Okay, cool. I never know if my thingies go out unless I switch over all my stuff. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are having a beautiful morning. Man, I've been up since about 4 a.m. I passed out at like 8 last night. I couldn't stay up anymore. I was like, I'm just grumpy as hell and I would like to go to bed. Could you handle putting the kids to bed? And they were like, yeah, because they don't go to bed till 9. And you can't trick them anymore like you could when they were little. When you're little, when they're little, you could trick your kids. You can just go, you can lie about the time. What? It is 9, but it's only 8. Yeah, they don't buy that now. They want their full time. What we got here? Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Is it Thursday already? I'm losing my mind. Yes, it is. I do this every morning. I think I'd be better at this by now. Doesn't say anything about today except for the color is crimson. And, yeah. It says for Friday, for tomorrow, it has a cute little thing here. It says, if the candle flame is weak and sputtery, the spell's energy is feeble and erratic. Oh, just to give you guys a glimpse of what it looks like when I'm doing all my write-ups. This is what it takes. And this isn't even the papers that I've thrown away. This is all from this morning. I'll be transferring it into my book later. And, that's me. I work with the moon energies, and I try to tell this to people all the time. I work with the moon energies. So I can't channel the messages and things like that early. Like some people, they can record their stuff and then hold it and then release it when it's time. And they're like, they can just tap. I can't. The moon has to actually be doing what it's doing for me to channel its energy. Which is why my videos are always so close to the moons when I do them. And kind of like with the readings, I did the first group at the store and I did the rest at my house. It's just like I allow the universe to shut me down when it needs to shut me down. Good morning, good morning. But yeah, now there's a lot going on. I'm going to be doing the full moon video here. Oh, probably in a couple hours once I get the kids up and going. I'll come back here and I'll do the full moon video. Debating on doing an all signs for the full moon on my other channel. Just for shits and giggles. We shall see. We shall see what the day brings, what the energy brings. It's going to be raining later. Morning, Miss Cat. Yeah, it's going to be raining later here. We're catching the very outer bands of that hurricane. Send out plenty of strength and thoughts and prayers for Miss Enchanted. I know she's getting slammed by it last night and today because she is actually in Alabama. So luckily, I'm in this perfect little cut on the coast of South Carolina right by Savannah where it cuts right there. So we always get the outer bands of the storm. They either come in from the Gulf and we get the bands on this side, or they come in from the sea and they just skip us every time because of the currents. We very rarely get actually hit here. The seaside storms can get bad too, though, because that's a side that's worse. So just love and strength for everybody out there who needs it. I'm still saying that, everybody should be really calling on their ancestors right now. I mean, you've never had a time. This is the time of year that if you need strength from your ancestors, those warriors, those healers of the past, you're trying to attach to your Akashic records of your past lives, this is the time of year to do it, y'all. I've been thinking of doing that too. But they're going to take them the Astro Dice and rolling out 2 signs and doing past life readings for, whatever, like roll with Taurus and a Gemini. Like, all right, past life reading for Taurus and Gemini. That way you guys can see what the twin flame soulmate readings actually are. Believe it or not, they're one of the few things that are actually a little bit more structured for me. Ay, ay, ay. And this is just a grab bag this morning. Ooh, it's gonna be, this week's gonna be intense, y'all. I mean, just in general, like whenever there's an election or things are going on that's heavy as a full collective global energy, like with this pandemic, there's no escaping that energy. That energy, that chaos energy is all around. So you got to really be mindful about how much you let it seep into your energy. I mean, you talk about people came here to raise the frequency of the planet. If you feel like you're a starseed or you're here to be working on that mission with everybody, it's important that you maintain your frequency amongst the chaos. Don't get goaded into political arguments. Don't get into the mask, anti-mask. Don't engage in the division of humanity right now. I mean, if you want to vote for sure, vote. But right now, it's 5 days from the election. Everybody is voting for who they're going to vote for. There's no sense arguing about it anymore. Everybody's made up their minds. There's no sense arguing with anybody anymore. And you're under no obligations to tell anybody who you're voting for. I mean, that is the whole point of it being a secret ballot. I love that movie. Not that movie. It's a TV show. It's not Home Improvement, but it's got Tim Allen in it. And one of the seasons that I watched, Last Man Standing, I was watching a few years ago during the last election cycle. And it was funny because the daughters are Democrats and liberals. The husband's a Republican, and the wife plays both sides. She's like, I agree. What do you think? I agree. What do you think? But she never actually tells anybody who she's voting for the whole episode. I thought that was hysterical. I'm like, that's how you do it. That's how you can be a part of the system and do your part and everything else like that without getting so engaged and wrapped up in it that you get all upset. Now, I've got friends that are way into the political game. They volunteer at the voting booths and do all that stuff. Especially one friend in Michigan, but it's just, I couldn't. I don't know how she does it. She does all kinds of crazy stuff, though. That chick is amazing. She does cosplays, and she was in roller derby, and I was like, I don't even know how she has all the energy to do all that, to deal with all those people, but some people got it. Some people don't. I like small groups. I'm a small, intimate group type person. Once the crowd gets like more than like between 7 and 10 people, I'm like, this is too many. All right, so the energies on the 3D that we're working with today. I'm going to read it like this because this is how it came out. And I'm pretty sure, dude. Now, I told you this moon is crazy, right? Let's see if I can hold this in a way that you guys can just see how this came out. Because this is blowing my mind right now. You got the King of Cups on one side, the Queen of Swords on the other. You got the Joker, which is the female holding a boy doll, and then a little boy Joker on the other side pulling down his mask. And in the middle is the Nine of Swords. That is crazy. That is intense, y'all. All right, so I can't help but read this bottom line instead of moving away and moving into. It is more of the divine masculine side is very much into controlling their emotions right now and holding on, and they recognize where things come from, but they feel like they've been game played by the feminine side. The feminine side is all in its quick thinking, perceptive mode right now, adaptability, working with it, and they feel like masculine side is childlike and plays either a scary mask or a baby, And then in the middle is the freaking mental prison. What? Well, what the hell do we do with any of that? That's a trip. I'm saving this. I'm going to take a picture and post that on Instagram today. That is crazy, crazy energies, guys. I don't know if that hit the nail on the head for y'all, but that was definitely hitting the nail on the head for me. Like, in general, I've been seeing that playing out on so many people's timelines, you know, and in the collective readings and everything. Good morning, Enchanted. You just popped in at 10:34. I just wanted to show you what we just went over real quick, just because you missed it. And we were sending you good jujus because you were in a hurricane. See if I can get this spread out. Queen of Swords on one side, King of Cups on the other, both jokers, and in the middle, the Nine of Swords. I was like, if that's not talking about the division between the masculine and the feminine right now. Masculine's all about controlling their emotions, feeling played. The feminine's all about being intellectual and quick thinking and adaptable about it, but they feel like the masculine plays games. Mirror, mirror, right? Mirror, mirror. On the 3D line, I mean, that is how the world is perceiving it right now. You're wondering what, how everybody thinks your relationship, that's how everybody's seeing it right now. Awesome. Good to know. I mean, your power's on. You're in here, so good for surviving the night. Someone just hit on the mirroring. Oh, yeah. Both sides are starting to see it now. What? It ain't all their fault. What are you projecting? Right? So we got the Princess of Wands right now. So this is like not really being able. This is the energy we're moving from, coming out of in the 40 now. So it's kind of coming out of this, I'm not really sure where to put my stars. 7 of Cups, but there's lots of options out there, and I'm definitely looking for some of this kind of options, 8 of Wands, but you need to move away from those old connections. This moon, I'm telling you, I'm doing cord cutting for it. It's a big time to be moving on from those things. Like, she's blasting a rainbow back as wands are like shooting at her like missiles. I've never quite seen an energy like that. The spell that I designed, I'm gonna go ahead and kick off that 13 moons, 13 runes. I'm starting with the sheath for Halloween, cutting cords, reflecting negative energy. What? I refuse to accept this energy being shot at me, and I reflect back at you all that you send to me. Excuse me. Time to seize back into our powers. Time to find that balance, y'all. Time to find the balance. If all sides are starting to recognize what's going on and they're starting to come to their epiphanies and their realizations, yep. I was fine all morning until I get all excited. But don't talk about it. Well, I have to. All right. So you have what's on the bottom. Mirror, mirror. You have what's in the middle. What? I'm going to cut some toxic cords. I'm going to let go of expectations. I am letting go and seizing back into my own power. Literally, y'all, literally. I can't even believe this reading's coming out this way. What I was channeling today. Is this it? This is how I do my full moon write-ups. It's just a ton of notebook paper that I blow through until I get it all compressed. But for the spell for Friday or for Saturday that I'm doing, this is what I wrote this morning. I call upon those who came before me. I call upon warriors and healers. I open myself to your love, strength, and guidance. I release all bonds attached to me. I cut all cords that drain me. I reflect all negativity casted at me. I call all my power back to me. I am a magical entity. Ancient knowledge from times gone past, return to me, lightning fast. May it harm none, thy will be done. Right? That's what it's about, y'all. That's what it's about. Though, and I told you the 5D's getting a little bit wonky right now. This is crazy. So first card, what? We're coming out of a Tower into 10 of Cups. Talk about a jump. 8 of Wands in the middle again. It was right above the 8 of Wands, below it. Moving on. What? I'm going to go ahead and tower this shit. Seize on my own 10 of Cups, which how many of us tell you guys? The 10 of Cups is an inner thing. It's not. The happy home life can only happen if you're happy on the inside and reflecting that out. So it's time to move on from any energies that interfere with that. And this is the Queen of Hearts, or the Queen of Hearts. I'm losing it. The Queen of Swords, right? Again, the divine feminine needs to be quick thinking and perceptive. And you know, guys, I get on that with the divine feminine thing. It depends on what energy you work with. There's plenty of masculines that are divine feminines, or there's plenty of men that are divine feminine. You know, it's about being clear thinking and perceptive if that's the energy you are in. Yeah, I love a good tower, especially when you've been in a shitty situation for a long period of time. You're like, what? I'm done. Oh, I've been waiting. I've been feeling it shaking for months. When we're tapped in, that's that perceptive energy. What do we need to be perceptive of? Third-party situations. All right. This could be they've got someone in their DMs in their back pocket. This could be they got somebody on the side. This could be a family member or a best friend sticking their nose into your relationship, planting seeds of dissent. If their loyalty lies more with their friend than it does with you, and they're allowing them to pick you apart, and then they come home and pick you apart, and your relationship's going, be perceptive of where it's coming from. It is time to get rid of this 3 of Swords shit. Does it hurt? Yeah, of course. Nobody likes being stabbed in the heart. Nobody likes causing pain. But at what point do we keep... I've said this with the blinded by pain card all the time. You can't be blinding yourselves to the pain. Love is not about how much pain you can take from the other person. You know, I saw a stupid post the other day that said cheating is a natural part of the relationship, part of the ups and downs. The fuck it is. No. That is not a normal part of the ups and downs. And no, your relationship will never be the same if that has already occurred. That's it, man. That's it. We are no longer martyrs to these people. But our heartbreak is not, and it's almost a sick need on their part. What they like the fact that you hurt over them. They do like it because it's love energy. It's still love energy. All right. Don't be trading today for tomorrow, and be mindful of that envious, gluttonous energy. People in third-party situations that willingly put themselves in it, they love this envious energy. What? They know that person's picking you apart because they're lonely and miserable, and they know that it's hurting you, but because it's all centered around them, they like it. These people who love drama. They love people fighting over them, and they just and then you're just like, oh well, if I just hold out through this situation, and if I can wait that person out, and then I'll be okay. And today sucks, but I'm going to trade it for hoping that tomorrow will be better. Wake up call, y'all. This is a big wake up call. This is going to be big for some people, man. They're going to stumble upon this in 2 years and be like, oh my God. It's a wake up call. It definitely is. All these energies have been a tsunami, you know. And what is a tsunami then? It washes in and it grabs a whole bunch of shit and it pulls it all back to sea. So it's like the ebb and flow that I talk about. There's about to be a tsunami. It's going to wash in and you're going to be like, oh, just take it all with you. Take all the garbage, take all the bullshit, take all the debris. Now, granted, are some people and some other things, important things, going to get washed out with it? Yeah, but stuff is stuff. I mean, if you're going to martyr yourself to something, lose your stuff. Don't lose yourself. All right? Lose your stuff. Don't lose yourself. All right. Now, it says fogged in the veiled card here. And I tell you guys all the time, if it's foggy right now, don't jump if you can't quite see where you're going. Let the sun, things are going to be clearing up here. Okay. You guys do this energy work. Come on over to Silver Cord. Do the energy work with us for this full moon on cutting these cords and releasing some of this toxic shit. And that fog will start to burn off, because right now all this fog is just like I was talking about in the beginning. It's that collective gunk energy right now. The election and COVID and fear and wars and all that nonsense, all that insanity going on right now. That's what the fog is. All right. You got to center yourself in everything else. You got to be able to burn your own light to radiate, to burn off this fog. So it's like focus on the energy and allow that tsunami to wash away the rest of that wreckage from that tower. And I find that tower was probably, because it's on the 5D line, it was more of a massive inner revelation. Whereas the bottom line is just like the mirror. Oh my God, we're mirroring. The top line is like, yeah, we're done. We're done with some of these energies, man. There's nothing that says you have to attach yourself to anything you don't want to be attached to. You can void those contracts. People are so set on filling out these contracts, man. It's like some of them, all right, so if you don't get it this lifetime, you get it next lifetime. Stop stressing the fact that you might have to come back. I mean, I think it's really cute that these little new age star seeds think that they were just going to project here from a completely different galaxy and come here and then suddenly be able to figure out this game that some of us have been here for like 5,000 years. It's like, no, honey. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, you think, no, honey, it's like school. It's like, you get your 4 years and each year is 1,000 years. Or well, let's go Harry Potter. Harry Potter's school takes 5 years. Now think about it. If each year for a soul, like the Sumerian kings lived to be 5,000 years old, each 1,000 years is 1 year of school. So you cute little starseeds who are like new humans and you figured it all out so great, and we're just watching you rack up massive amounts of karmic debt right now. We're like, oh no, honey, we're graduating. You're the next class. Welcome to freshman year. Oh yeah, freshman year is fun, but it's not until 11th and 12th grade that you hit algebra and geometry and, advanced writing and all that good stuff. That's when you get to take your SATs and pick your colleges. Freshman year, you're just excited to be in high school until the bully finds you and gives you an atomic wedgie. All right, dragonflies. No matter what year at school you are in, we are all in the school of love, and we are all dragonflies here to bring light. Extracurricular will be in cursive. It also says, Queen of Fire today for sure. Fire. The element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformation. Now, for real, you really want to call on some extra energy this full moon? Call on Michael. He's not easy to work with. It can be a little bit dramatic because he works with fire and he will burn away anything that no longer serves you. The problem is, if you're holding on to it, you're going to get burnt yourself. So if you call upon him while we're doing the cord cutting, be sure you're willing to let go of that rope or else it will burn your hands. All righty. Whew. Ooh, perfect timing too. 7:30. Be careful what you wish for sure. But I also do say that cord cuttings, like anything else, they're not forever. Whenever I do a massive collective cord cutting where I cut all energy bonds to me, because I do pick up a lot doing readings and things like that. It's up to you at that point on who you want to reach out to, who you want to stay connected to. You can always reform the cord from a fresh start. Like Luna and, you guys, all we have to do is just stay in touch, and those cords will come back. It'll just be a brief cut, but it's just we're all collectively doing it. It's like the silver cord will be connected while we cut the toxic side of the collective out, if that makes sense, in the group setting. Yep, I'll be doing all that for Halloween. The new moon, the full moon is at like 11, so I'm planning on setting that casting up. I would like to have everything lit and ready to go and the fire burning, and I'm doing letters to the ancestors. I want all them. I want to be able to start dropping those in the cauldron to burn by 11:11. Because it works out perfectly. You know, I got to do something though. I got to sleep in one day because I can't be getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and thinking I'm going to be staying up till midnight casting. PM Eastern. Yep. I love you guys too. All right. I do got to run though. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and windy paths with me. I hope you guys had fun with that this morning. I actually feel fantastic. So I'm going to be doing that on Facebook. I'm going to be jumping over to the other page later today, and I'll have that all written out in my book and everything to share with everybody over there. And I might do a full moon all signs video for everybody. Yeah, I got to go get my workouts in too. I got to go walk the dogs. I did all that yesterday. It times out perfectly that when I do the double lap with the dogs, I actually walk 1 mile and 1.43 miles. So shout out to my 143 this morning. I love y'all. Yeah, get some exercise in. Exercises releases endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people just don't kill their husbands. It's one of my favorite lines from Legally Blonde. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'll catch you in the morning. Blessed be.